today, and they have, as Sir Harry said, experienced a lot with the 22 years that the hospital is serving the community. So before that, Sir Harry, since this is a special feature for 22 years of serving the communities, I have also here a proverb or a verse from Psalms 22, verse 22.
22, okay.
Yes,
It's all about 22.
I will declare thy name unto my brethren, in the midst of the congregation will I praise thee.
Amen for that. Amen for that, mga kaigsunan. We will praise the Lord for all the goodness He has done to us.
Yes. So let's start calling our guest speaker. So our ladies, first we will be calling Dr. Giovanni Patalingho.
Dr. Giovanni Patalenho, we are inviting you to come in front. And who else? And of course, the ever beautiful Ma'am Merlin Hersawa. Ma'am Merlin, please come forward. Hi, Doc. Happy morning, Doc. You can see it. By the way, if you were here last night, there are also testimonies that talking about their experience in the hospital. One thing that strikes me the most, Ma'am Punet, is Sir Galen's testimony. Do you remember what he said last night? That the best beautiful thing he has experienced in the hospital is, in English na? Is, he found his forever. Wow, isn't it amazing? Amazing. Okay, he found his forever. Kinilig si Ma'am Lot kagabi. Kami din.
Okay, so let's call also our ever also energetic Dr. Perfecto Laguno.
Dr. Perfecto Laguno. And of course, Ma'am Marlene Mopia. Dala siya, dala, Doc.
So we actually have 5 questions prepared for our guests, and they will be picking out numbers here, and they will be answering from those numbers. I hope ma-enlighten kita sa ilang mga answers today.
Yes.
So, mag-pick taan ni Sir Harris, kinsa man na ito ipastar? Youngest or youngest?
The most rich in years. Wait, let's do it in a positive way. Rich in years, kinsa man diri. Si Dr. Ronza siguro. Doc Liaguno. Doc Liaguno. We will do
ikaw ang first, Doc.
a Miss Universe question. Okay.
Okay, number
5,
Sir Harris. In our questions.
So, should we give them all the numbers or later na lang?
Later na.
Okay. Number 5, Doc. We would like to thank you for giving us the opportunity, healing words of wisdom from you. And we have this question from you. Number 5, this is quite a question from a personal level. What advice you can impart to the starters or to the millennials working in the hospital? Personally, Doc, I consider myself as a starter. Sir Kirby nag-react, no? I am a starter because I started here on January, so it has been my 5th month. This question, Doc, is really for me and for everyone else here.
May I have the question again?
Okay, sir. You want to read it, Doc, or I'll say it again? Okay. What advice can you impart? What advice can you impart to the starters or to the millennials working in our hospital?
Well, it's a sort of difficult question to answer. I don't know what's in the mind of the people that advise to work here in this hospital. But what I'm really thinking is this hospital is set aside for the Lord's work.
Yes.
And if you think that when you finish your studies and you want to work here, you are always thinking of something, not God. It is also always yourself. What benefit can I get from that institution when I will work here? But that is not the purpose of putting up this institution here. I received a circular from General Conference just before I retired from working here. The retire was about the purpose of establishing our medical work here in the world to preach the good news of Jesus coming to the people. And I said that this is not really accomplished by many of our medical institutions. And they are trying to promote and inculcate in the minds of the members of the workers of the church to bring again to the front of spreading the good news to the people. Said, our hospital is, they are striving, they are doing their best to be able to accomplish what God has given them. But the way they carry out this work is different.
All right.
We make crusades and conduct crusades outside the compound of the hospital.
Wow.
Well, the purpose of our work is to confine our work within the hospital where we can convert, bring more Christ, sick patients, and the members of this patient who comes for treatment.
That's inspiring though. Thank you very much for reminding us. Especially myself, Sir Handel. Naminaw ka? Nindun kayo ang advice, no? I was thinking about what Doc was saying for Ma'am Tonet. Ma'am Tonet is, we all know that she is a CPA. And then, I could relate to her. Young as we are so ambitious, right? We want money, we want privileges. But Doc reminded us that we should think that our hospital, this is God's work, and it is not about the money. Ma'am Tonet, can you give me an advice? Kaya usahay ka, compromise ko eh.
Na-appeal ko sa guest speaker. So, ako ang may good po, Sir Harris, but I can quote my father when I was also crying ba because ang sweldo sa hospital is gamay, you know? So, ano ko mga, ay, padali ko kwarta, wala ko'y pabasahin. So, my father told me na you are working for the Lord. So, always remember that. So, moto, nagagmuna ko for me, I am working for the Lord. And I have proven po, thank you, Doc, no nga, throughout the years, bisan pa o unsa kalisod ang kinabuhi, he always has solutions. No? Ginatagaan kita niya, gina-sustain niya ang ato ang needs. So, muna kayo, Sir Harry.
Thank you very much, Ma'am. And as for me, there are things or experiences that I have here in the hospital that cannot be bought or sold. It is a wonderful experience. And I know millennials and starters like me, like you, experience that as well. Thank you, Doc. For the next question, Ma'am Mopia. I believe Ma'am Mopia was our former HR, right? HR, purchasing. Uy, multitasking na niya sila. Ma'am Mopia. Okay, Ma'am Mopia. This is the Miss Universe question for you. Throughout the years of serving God, was there an inspiring events or miracles you have experienced that is worth sharing? Maybe one lang siya, one. Sa tanan na experience, na maging mga, seems like a miracle. Seems like a very inspiring story. Nga, sige mo balik-balik ko ng storya. Can you share it to us now?
Well, it's an opportunity and it's a blessing to be a part of this program this morning.
Yes,
if you can read the question again, experience and memories, but I'd like to share the miracle that happened in my life. As you have mentioned, it was not only in Davao Adventist Hospital. that you were asking, but also serving God. So in general, so when I was in Africa, I was very ill and very sick at the point of death. But the Lord has spared me because I think He still has, and I'm sure that He has still a purpose for me. So there is a text in Matthew that says, "Ask and you shall be given unto you. Seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you." First of all, when I was very ill, I was asking God to please extend His healing hand over me. But it did not happen. I was more sicker every day as I had a terrible malarial attack, and I had been through medications. Doctors has been overwhelmed by my sickness, and I was really in bed for how many weeks. I was praying that the Lord will heal me, but that did not happen, I mentioned. So after my prayer, I prayed another prayer that is really sometimes, I don't know if people who are very ill and very sick can boast me on this, that I pray that I will die so I can be relieved from pain. But the Lord has another purpose, and He has spared my life and has given me more than many years that I have asked for, until I have served the Adventist Hospital. And that is the miracle that happened in my life.
Wow, can we all say amen? Can you make it louder? Amen? Thank you very much. Ma'am, what can you say about life and death situation with Ma'am Obia?
Very inspiring, Ma'am Obia. Great testimony, personal testimony good from a gift of life from God.
For me, it sounds illogical. Why? Because Ma'am Obia, I think you went there for a mission, right? And then, if you think of it, yadto ka dito dahil grabe yung sakit. In my little faith, perhaps I could question like that. But I would admire you, Ma'am Obia, no? That instead of that kind of situation, life and death situation, you're like Job. You still hold on, hold your grip to God. Praise God. Thank you, Ma'am, for that wonderful experience. Isn't it amazing? Amazing? Amazing. Thank you.
Amen. Ay, hina. Amen. Okay, so before ikat na to gabay Sir Caris, let's have a little advertisement.
Oh.
Diba 22 years naman ang hospital?
I love advertisement.
Oh, it's like ganito itong ano karon?
Since it is the Adventist Hospital's 20th anniversary, we will be calling all those are
22 years old.
22 years old lang, and those who are celebrating are 22 years old lang.
22 years old.
Okay, 22 years old lang. Okay. Can you play the piano when
Ang
calling it?
age atong hospital, ang tawagon, ang mga 22 years old na mga, di naman sa babies, millennials.
And if wala dyan, if feeling 22 ka, you can stand up as well.
22 plus 22.
I could see Sir Joy standing, okay? We could modify those who are also celebrating in the date of 22.
Oh, January 22, February 22,
Hey,
March 22.
we have a special surprise for you. You can stand here in front, and our lovely sister
Mampulit
will give you the
is 22 years old, Mampulit, right?
Tagaan na tikataan.
Naligo ko mga bata, pag yun ito ang ano. Oh, pwede.
22 na next year? Anyone? Ano nag-23 minus 1? 22 na po na siya. Sige, bili po na. Bago lang nag-23, fresh from 22. Sir Joe, 23 years of service. 22 years of service. Wow. Sir Joe, our very own president. Okay. Since these are all celebrating with us with significance in 22, may I request Pastor Jimmy to offer a special prayer for them, for the hospital as well.
Okay, shall we bow our heads for a prayer? Gracious Lord of heaven, we are grateful, Lord, for this celebration, the 22nd celebration and anniversary of Adventist Hospital Davao. Lord, we believe that this institution, you established this institution for your purpose, for your honor and glory. And here are your children, your people, celebrating their anniversaries. Some of them celebrate their birthday anniversary, the anniversaries of their employment, and their work. And some of them, they celebrate, Lord, the important event of their life. So Lord, we believe that the reason of our existence is to be a channel of blessing to the people around us, because by helping those people who are in need, this is your desire. And as we continue serving you, Lord, and advancing your desire to have compassion to the people who are in need, please be with us always, especially these children, these people who are celebrating their anniversaries. Give them good health and strength and long life, and above all, to be more closer to you. Thank you so much, Lord, for your love and kindness. I thank you, Lord, for the assurance of hearing our prayer. We ask all these things in the loving name of Jesus. Amen.
So, thank you for those 22 celebrants and age 22 and everything at 22, no? So let's go back to our guest speakers and their sharing. Let's go with Ma'am Merlin. Ma'am?
Number 1. Okay, Ma'am Merlin. By the way, Ma'am Merlin is also one of the pillars in the hospital. Don't worry, we'll make it harder for you, Ma'am. Okay? For the question number 1, it's really very easy. How long have you been connected to Adventist Hospital Davao? Perhaps you could include positions, ma'am. And of course, as of the moment, are you convinced that God led you here? That God really chose you to work here?
For this new name, Adventist Hospital Davao, 22 years. but I still have 4 years for the past sanitarium. That's why I said it's more than 22 years.
So, 22 plus 4, ma'am, 26, tara? Did I get it right? 26. Wow! Amazing! Can we all say amazing? Mas tigulang pa si... Mas taas pa ang years ni ma'am sa ato ang anniversary. Amazing.
We will count those open and close before, that's why.
Okay,
2
okay.
years is for the new building that's continuous operation.
So overall, it's 26 years. Amazing.
I really believe it's God's leading because I have so many opportunities outside. When I was working, I started working outside, not in an institution. But when I was married, all our leaders from the denomination was encouraging me to transfer here. To work here because of my husband's work. But when the old clinic was closed in 1992, again I went outside. I worked as clinical instructor in North Davao College. And I was thinking not to come back because I was frustrated at the time with the closure of the old clinic. But I said it's God's leading because so many of our leaders are trying to convince me. In fact, the last word, the last man who gave me the ultimatum was Pastor Paipa. You send your application today because tomorrow we'll be having a meeting. And so, sabi ni anak kanina, we just have to abide. So, I followed what he told me. And so since the time, I work continuously until 22 years now. And next year, soon to retire.
Wow! Praise God, ma'am, for that. 22 years and 4 years. So I have this thinking. I just want to add question, ma'am. We are, let's make it real. We are facing a challenge in our hospital. The turnover is very high. And that is a very common in this age of millennials. Even me personally, I've been hopping jobs and was confused of thinking, is this the way God puts me here? And I know everyone is thinking of that right now. Ma'am, what can you give an advice to those who are planning to stay or planning to really look for God's leading to them?
Well, it's up to you if you consider that God's leading for you. If you consider God is leading you, then you have to. Because sometimes if we question the Lord, then that's the time we will. And we doubt that we will survive with this salary. But if you trust the Lord that it is His work and you will work for Him, then I'm sure He will not forsake you. He will provide you all your needs.
I do believe that we are God's children. He will always be with us. Ma'am Toy, what can you say?
Ma'am Merlin, I am inspired with kanang mga soon to retire and pareha nila Sir Toto and Ma'am Helen as we have celebrated their retirement last week to Ma'am no. And very inspiring pa. We can remember and they can remember how God has made something in their lives. Nakanang always everyday good miracle Ma'am no? Miracle every day. No, ano magkuko kay Ma'am nga niagi po siya o katong sakit Ma'am no, and he really made a very amazing miracle no sa kaagi. So siya. So thank you kay Ma'am Merlin for that inspiring testimony. So let's go to our very energetic doctor, also Dr. Patalingo, who was also our president, just like Dr. Laguna. Question number 4.
Doc, for the question number 4. In grateful celebration of the Adventist Hospital Davao 22nd anniversary, what are you thankful for? In events like this, we cannot keep our mouth, but instead of praising God and thanking Him. Can you share yours, Doc? what are you thankful for since we are celebrating our 22nd year anniversary?
Well, of course, first and foremost, I am thankful to the Lord for the privilege, the opportunity He gave to me to work with the Adventist or Adventist Hospital. I was a medical director for 12 years and the president of the hospital for 5 years. And of course, I am very thankful as we look at Adventist Hospital at present. So we are very happy that looking the hospital, we are very proud of looking the hospital, a very successful hospital now. So we are very thankful for that.
Thank you so much, Doc. We are also thankful for your presence with us and of course your help to the hospital. I just realized Doc was the former president as well. And Doc Leguno as well. Wow, we are talking with the VIPs right now. I am privileged. Anyways, I think we have learned a lot. We have learned a lot about Ma'am Hopia's stories, life and death situation. We have learned a lot about Doc's advice that this is not just for money, but this is for the Lord. We admire Ma'am Merlin's commitment and determination for working here 22 plus 4 years. And of course, we appreciate Doc for being thankful in partnership with the hospital. Ma'am Dolent?
So, Sir Harris, before we end this wonderful messages from our leaders, no, and our models also, we would like to request Doc Leguno to say also some imparting words. So since Doc Leguno have seen the hospital for so long, no, naagit siya sa service na siya sa church, and he was also one of our na presidents.
Well, I would like to say something before we come down from this stage. You know, it's important that we members of the church will really be aware of what our institution, especially the medical institution of Seventh-day Adventist, is doing. What accomplishment have we made? Are we following the directive that God has given us to do before He will come? We have to do the things that He would like us to do and accomplish before He comes. Spread the good news to the world. And that's the main purpose of our medical work being established around the world. You know, I am not really aware of this 22 years existence of this institution here. As if it is just yesterday when I started work here. And this is the good news that I will be telling you. And this is real. And this really happened here. You know, when we were operating this hospital, I got an acquaintance with judge. She was judge of this town here before Lagos, Santa Cruz. Judge Clarin. He was a patient here, and he used to come every now and then ask questions about our doctrine, what we believe. So I was talking to him about this. And the last time I met him was that he came, he said, you better check my blood sugar and also my blood pressure because I'm really feeling not well. Well, I checked him and then I also continued talking to him about our religion. And then every time we have this quarter being ending, I always give this old quarter list to him. He said, you need to read this, study it, you have Bible study. And we had this connection with this judge. But one time, he said, one time he was coming home because he was staying here in Davao. He was coming home and he was already dark and he made an accident. He drove his car through a truck that was out of order, just on the side of the road, coming here from Santa Cruz, and he died. Well, my ministry with him has ended in that time, and it's just my prayer that God has really increased his mind, that he will surrender his life. Next time, next patient, I had another judge. I befriended this judge when I was practicing in Pagadian City. And then he was transferred here after the death of this judge, Santa Cruz. And he came to me and said, I'm happy that you are here in Davao. I didn't expect that I will find you here, he told me. Well, I said, I'm already here. I started this career, and it's good. I will be coming and saying you, and we started also talking things about our doctrine and our belief.
So Doc, you are talking about two judges.
So judges,
So what I think
he
you'll
came
be
here.
in here.
Then he came back one time from that first time we met. He came back and he was asking me so many questions. I said, well, you don't have time for me to answer all the questions. I'll come back and be sure that you're ready to answer the questions.
Thank you so much, Doc.
He was really interested about religion. And I didn't hear any word from him anymore, but then I learned that he died. He died of liver, what's this? Cirrhosis of the liver because of too much drinking. He used to drink and we were, I knew him in Pagadan. And the last thing that I would like you to know is, do you know where this anti-smoking ordinance started? This is a very good news for us to know. This anti-smoking ordinance, which was first made here in Davao by our government, city government, started here in Davao. When I received this letter from the GC that they discourage hospitals to conduct crusade outside the compound of the hospital, I told Pastor Soriano that, well, Pastor, the GC is not really supporting us about this, encouraging us about this making crusades outside the hospital compound. He said, if you want to win souls, you always do this inside the hospital. Do your crusade inside the hospital. So he said, well, I will have to ask about the audience now. I said, well, you just work with the patient. And then he said, I'm not really happy just working with the patient all the time. I would like to spread out outside. I said, well, if you have contact with the people from the city hall, maybe you will be encouraged to walk outside. So I went contact and he befriended the medical officer of the city and he introduced this anti-smoking. And then this medical officer also introduced the anti-smoking policy with among his workers in the city hall. And this was noticed by the president, Dr. Duterte. He was still the mayor here. Then later on, Mayor Duterte encouraged the council to get a law against smoking. And they had this anti-smoking ordinance here in Davao started. Now the president is trying to spread this good news of not smoking, if possible, to the Philippines. And there are many cities now that are offering this, that they don't want people to be smoking inside the city. One of these is Cebu City. And here in Davao, this is an ordinance and you seldom see people smoking in the public. So this is a good news for us because this ordinance or this law started here. We started here, our hospital, the Davao Adventist Hospital.
Wow,
Thank you very
so
much.
much. Wow, have you heard it? The anti-smoking ordinance in Davao started in our hospital because we encourage them. Praise God for that. Amen? Amen. And to end it, we would like to share our theme for this 22nd anniversary, advancing His desire for 22 years. Can you cooperate with me? If I say AHD, you will say advancing His desire for 22 years. Okay, can we do that? AHD?
Advancing his desire for 22 years.
Thank you very much. And to end this, Sir, Ma'am, Doc, thank you very much. We will be having our video presentation.
Happy Sabbath and happy morning, everyone. And then, if it's not by God's grace, this institution will not long for 22 years. So we praise God for His divine grace. For were it not for grace, I don't know kung asa tagaan. That's why it is our privilege with Sir Amay to sing a song entitled, Were It Not for Grace.